Welcome to the Debian Poetry event. We'll have performances by Andrew, Laura, Judith, Rhonda, and Josh. And Andrew sent us a video, a pre-recorded video, so maybe we can start with that one.
So, yeah, this would be something I need to do. Wait. Select file. That's great. Do you know what the name of the file is?
We're looking for the name of the file.
Oh, I found it. I found
Good.
it. Okay, load for playback. And
what shall we do with the online DebConf? What shall we do with the online DebConf? What shall we do with the online DebConf? Early in the morning, close it up as we agreed it, save each script in case we need it, work out how we best live feed it. Next year's DebConf's dawning, next year's Kosovo and Pristina, virtual DebConf needs no cleaner, hope when COVID's gone we're keener to meet up every morning. Thanks to the DebConf Orgo team, thanks to those who loopy meme, things are not always as they seem in virtual DebConf's morning. Bullseye's out, its share is rising, DebConf's fun and quite surprising, Linux 30, yours and my thing, Debian's 28. Thanks to all who videoed sessions, DebConf t-shirts, prized possessions, DebCamp has bug-fixed some regressions. Now on to next year.
So thank you, Andrew, for your nice submission. I will continue with a text by Wisława Szymborska, a Polish poetess. It's called True Love. True love. Is it normal? Is it serious? Is it practical? What does the world get from two people who exist in a world of their own? Placed on the same pedestal for no good reason, drawn randomly from millions but convinced it had to happen this way. In reward for what? For nothing. The light descends from nowhere. Why on these two and not on others? Doesn't this outrage justice? Yes, it does. Doesn't it disrupt our painstakingly erected principles and cast the morale from the peak? Yes, on both accounts. Look at the happy couple. Couldn't they at least try to hide it? Fake a little depression for their friend's sake? Listen to them laughing. It's an insult. The language they use, deceptively clear. And their little celebrations, rituals. The elaborate mutual routines. It's obviously a plot behind the human race's back. It's hard even to guess how far things might go if people start to follow their example. What could religion and poetry count on? What would be remembered? What renounced? Who would want to stay within bounds? True love. Is it really necessary? Tact and common sense tell us to pass over it in silence, like a scandal in life's highest circles. Perfectly good children are born without its help. It couldn't populate the planet in a million years. It comes along so rarely. Let the people who never find true love keep saying that there's no such thing. Their fate will make it easier for them to live and die. Thank you. So, who's next?
can I?
Yeah, sure. Judith.
Okay, first I will read something in Hungarian and then I try to translate it to English. Szeretném, ha szeretnének, sem utódja, sem boldog őse, sem rokona, sem ismerőse. Nem vagyok senkinek, nem vagyok senkinek. Vagyok, mint minden emberfenség. Éjszakfog, titok, idegenség. Lidérces messzefény, lidérces messzefény. De jaj, nem tudok így maradni, szeretném magam megmutatni. Hogy látva lássanak, hogy látva lássanak. Ezért minden önkínzás ének, szeretném, hogyha szeretnének. És lenne valakié, és lennék valakié. Yeah, in English is, I would like if they would like me. No predecessor, no someone ancient I come from. I'm the one of no one. I'm the one of no one. I'm like every human being. A foreign, a secret, as a faraway light. But I can't stay like this. I want to show myself so that they can see me. So this is all just torturing oneself, and the song is, I would like if they would like me, and if I would belong to someone.
Thank you, Judith. Thank you. And who's next? Laura, take it away.
I've put in the past links to the poems that I will recite. I will say in Spanish, but there is also an English translation for interested people. The first one is Yo voy soñando caminos by Antonio Machado, a Spanish poet. Yo voy soñando caminos de la tarde, las colinas doradas, los verdes pinos, las polvorientas encinas. ¿A dónde el camino irá? Yo voy cantando viajero a lo largo del sendero. La tarde cayendo está. En el corazón tenía la espina de una pasión. Logré arrancármela un día. Ya no siento el corazón. Y todo el campo un momento se queda mudo y sombrío, meditando. Suena el viento en los álamos del río. La tarde más se oscurece, y el camino que serpea y débilmente blanquea se enturbia y desaparece. Mi cantar vuelve a plañir, aguda espina dorada, ¿quién te pudiera sentir en el corazón clavada?
Thank you, Laura. So, and who's next?
I'll go.
Good. Josh, take it away.
All right. A year in the comfort of home, a year of being stuck inside, a year of me learning the Debian world, a year of me enjoying to be who I am, living a world to enjoy my hobbies, all closing to an end with worries. Will we actually be able to achieve a new normal? Are we stuck wearing masks forever? We will always live in this fear of something that wouldn't exist if only people listened. Political debates on common sense, vaccines or masks, and those who disobey to listen, and the push to get back out into the world to see people again. As I stress to know, I won't be with my online friends much longer. I love people in general, but I'm afraid of the outside. Who will guide us through these tough times? Who will tell us who is right or wrong? How do I stop people from hurting me? As our work of vaccines seems to be pointless as the virus mutates, it just seems no one cares. Going back to school with these crazy, hopeless teenagers with no respects for masks, others, themselves, and nobody can ever work together. But the internet never shuts down, and I always have a home in the world of Foss. Please get vaccinated to restore world amends, and I hope to be around sensible people like you again.
Thank you, Josh. Very nice.
Wow. Very well
Wow.
said.
So, Rhonda, the floor is yours.
This text is a recent one, as you will notice in the first line already. I'm going to participate in the Austrian Poetry Slam Championship in a month. And I quickly translated it into English, but I hope it will flow well enough. So here we go. It is 2021. It is summer. It is getting hot. People want to head out, want to go swimming. They head to the pools, just get out of the flats to cool down. And there they are again, the Beachbody advertisements of the fitness centers, with which they want to tell us how bodies should look like. There has been an opposition to that for years, a strong body positivity movement that points out the issue with that. An important development to get rid of the constant body shaming, which we face everywhere, in advertisements, in movies, in TV shows, because everybody is a beach body. You have a body, you go to the beach, et voila, beach body. But despite the whole body positivity movement, one part is still constantly being ignored and continued. I still find it hard to show my body. Body shaming shouldn't affect me, should it? I'm slim, have no disabilities, people often call me cute, so where's my problem? The bodies of people like me are still perceived differently all the time. I think I rewind the time a bit. It is 2015. I'm watching the documentary Female to What the Fuck, a documentary about 6 trans people. In one scene, you see one of the main person going swimming in the sea. His girlfriend says it's the first time he's doing this. It was a moving and liberating moment to witness that. But it also shows that something as mundane as going swimming can be difficult. It is 2016. I'm meeting up with friends in a park. I feel good and seen as myself. I'm wearing my skirt. It's a beautiful evening. On my way home, in the subway, a stranger yells at me, "You're not a woman!" When I don't react and move on, he calls out again. I don't turn around and move on quickly. It's 2017. I'm meeting up with former working colleagues. We were always like a big family. It was a real nice time. The contacts are still strong. We meet regularly. It was a jolly good mood, a nice evening, but I wasn't out to everyone yet. I mentioned it in the conversation and told a colleague to use she instead of he for me, and explained it again. Suddenly, he grabs between my legs and says, "You have a wiener, you are no woman." It's 2018. I'm at a conference with lots of lovely people around me. They all know that I'm trans since many, many years. In the evening, the mood is often frisky. We laugh, talk about personal things, drink together. I mention that I started taking hormones 6 months earlier. Mention that I'm feeling my breasts growing and what it feels like. Suddenly, my breast is grabbed as if that's total normal thing to do. It's 2019. A person on Twitter asks a question to trans people. For one day, there are no cis people in the world. Nothing happens to them. They are all back the next day. What would or could you do that day? The answers were mostly trivialities, but the most frequent answer was characteristic. Go swimming. It is 2020. The author, who must not be named, is writing a long essay in which she invokes a danger that is supposed to be coming from trans women, where she's worried about lost girls who believe that they are trans men, and trying to justify that partly with the fact that she experienced violence from her cis male husband. The British Twitter bubble picks it up happily in order to continue its gender-critical fight against trans people. The discourse is very hardened in many places, also in my country. Luckily, this summer I have the opportunity to hide behind the pandemic, so I don't have to go out. It is 2021. I'm going swimming with my girlfriend. It's terribly hot. We meet a friend at the lake with whom I talk briefly. My girlfriend urges to get in the water. In the water, she then asks me whether we could go somewhere else next time, where not so many people would stare weird. I had to ask several times why, because I hadn't noticed it. Only slowly I start to realize what she means. That people obviously whispered about me, pointed at me, giggled about me. Over the years, I have trained myself to ignore it, to not notice it anymore, to close my own look to it, for being able to live, for being able to survive in this system that keeps telling us that we actually shouldn't exist. It is 2021, and the body shaming doesn't stop. It's crushing me. It's crushing us. Stop talking about body positivity when you judge trans people's bodies. Stop talking about abolishing gender if you are enforcing stereotyping of body parts through your looks, through your actions. It's not believable anymore. It is 2021.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Very brave.
And thank you very much for starting this poetry tradition in Debian. Yeah, I'm really happy about that. And I think we are done. So everybody, thanks for watching. And there is a pad on this talks page, webpage. There's a link to the pad, and people can leave stuff there. And see you next time.
Bye.